Hey y'all, Emily here from fairairmusic.com. Today I'd like to start our Creating a Song series and kick that off with writing a song. How do you go about writing a song? Where do you start? Do you start with a title or the melody or just a line? No matter how you like to kick off that creative process, I want to show you how you can build those ideas and keep that creative process alive without falling into that dreaded old writer's block. This is going to be a little bit more of a modern day approach to songwriting, but it's been getting the job done for me, and I thought I would share that process with you. But first, I want to encourage you to download this start to finish guide on creating a song. This is something that you can follow along with, save, something that you can just reference back if you ever find yourself stuck. So go ahead and download that. I've got a link in the description box below here, and let's get started on writing a song. So one of the ways that I like to keep all of my song ideas organized and really write is I like to use my Notion template for that. And if you haven't, check that video out where I go over my Notion template. I've got that linked up in the description box below. And you can also download that as well. So I've got this songwriting tab here that I can click on, and I've got just a little drop down menu to write, little quick ideas. If I've got my phone open, this is all synced up. You can use this on your desktop, your laptop, your phone. Any sort of changes that you make in either of those devices, they're all synced up and they show up on the other one. So one idea that I've got here that I've started to work on is called Watch to Warning. And this is just kind of how I have that set up. This is in progress. It's a pop song. I've got about, 20% done. I've got a section here where it's kind of the story of what that title kind of means and why I came up with it. And then just some lyric ideas. So I've got this idea, I've got this emotion, I've got this story. And so I need to find some music that helps that emotion, kind of helps tell that emotion, whether it's kind of sad music. It's just like a minor type thing. And it's kind of what I'm going for. So what I like to do after that, look, I got my song idea here. So some things that I like to do to help that along and not get stuck or any sort of writer's block, I like to go over here to Splice. And this is, a paid subscription, but it's not much. I think it's like $10, $12. And you get a ton of credits. Like I've got tons of credits built up right now. I'll never, run out of them. So what I wanted to do was just kind of go through some sounds, and I just typed in search, kind of melancholy or sad, like kind of guitar, pop, stuff like that. Just words that you can type into this search area and they'll come up with a lot of stuff. So the first thing I came up with was this right here. And I pulled that into a session. Of course, this was all blank at this point. So I pulled that in, and this is what it sounded like. So it just loops, right? It's just that little bit there that I've kind of, I spaced out, just duplicated it and kept the loop going a little bit. So then I said, I just wanted to build off of that. But I don't like to use things from the same package because I just feel like, just taking pieces of that complete song. So I just, I saw that and it's telling me, my beats per minute, it's telling me the key. So I just took this D minor and typed that in there and just went through a bunch of sounds. And the ones that worked the best was then this one right here. So there's our original loop, and here comes the second one I added. and just kept that loop going. I feel like that added some really cool movement in there, helps the melody along. And then also, while I was looking for things in Splice, found this organ piece, and I thought that would really help, move things along, but also just kind of fill it out as maybe like a pad or something. So that comes in right before that little element, and that's another thing that I wanted to do. You don't just add everything all at once. Kind of just add a little bit at a time, and that's why this comes in a little later. This also comes in later. So here's how all three of those sounds from Splice sound together that helped me build a melody for this song and find that music that that goes along with the lyric. That's kind of what helps build that whole song and that story and that emotion for the listener. So that's not bad. We've got an intro and we've got our verse, and that's our melody right there. So at this point, I took that because I've got a melody, I've got a couple of lyrics going, I've got the basic idea for the song. So at this point, I like to reach out and see if I can find a co-writer. I mean, this is Nashville, so there's a lot of people here that want to write songs. It's not my main goal and my main ambition to be a songwriter or to chase cuts and stuff like that. I just love to do it. I love producing music. I love writing songs. And so, and you've got, some of the best songwriters come here and they just want to work on their craft, 24/7. And so I did. I reached out to someone and sent them that with some ideas and a little bit of maybe humming, believe, just something to fill in some of those spots with some lyrics. And they sent a little scratch vocal here. It's not, the greatest work, but you don't need the greatest recording for that. And they've also got, it's kind of doubled up, like they were playing what I had sent them. And then when that went out, because I only sent to probably around here, and then they just sort of filled in the rest of that with a keyboard. So I'll let you listen to a little bit of that. We'll go through a verse, the pre-chorus, and then the chorus, just to give you an idea of what we did with the lyrics.
Stand before me. It hit me like the air changed pressure. Ever since the day I met you, the storm that you brew up inside of me has turned from a watch to a warning.
So that gives you an idea of how that became about. And are those lyrics that are going to stick? I don't know. I really like a lot of them, but some of them can probably be changed, just a little bit better with the story. But they're perfect place fillers, and I really like them a lot. So, from that point, we would probably just start pre-production and like building a little bit more structure to the melody and adding a couple of things. I've got some bass here, some drums, and all of this is done right inside the box. There's so many different things. I mean, I don't play the bass, but there are some things out there that can really help. There's a couple of guitar parts here that I did play. So it's always good to have a combination of some, real instruments and then some virtual ones, if that is the way you have to go. Because, hiring a bunch of people to play real instruments and then get, that's not really what we're looking for in the songwriting and the arrangement part of this whole process. So next, we will take a look at building out the rest of the tracks here. I've got some virtual instruments. I'm also playing the guitar here. And so join me in the next video in this multi-part series, and we will get some arrangement and some pre-production going on and getting this song built out. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. This is just part one of a multi-part series. And don't forget to download the guide that goes along with it. And join me back here for the second video of this. We're going to be adding pre-production type things and arrangements. This is one of the more exciting parts and a place where you can get real creative. All right, thanks so much for watching, y'all. We'll talk soon.